Good morning, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. I know it's been forever. I think it's been over a week. I was traveling. I just got back and I've been setting up for my first live event on Saturday. We're doing a big ecstatic dance in Cheshire, Connecticut. Very excited about it, but it's also been taking a lot of my bandwidth. So, my beloved people here, thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for your patience. Let's do a divine masculine check-in. It's been a while and I'm trying to stay in order, right? Okay, Spirit, what are we working with? What are divine masculines confronting? What are their biggest blocks right now? All right, let's see. Co-creation in reverse. So something is stalled right now. Change in the wind. Everything is paused. Wow, these are all reversals. What else we got? And then coming to the edge. Okay, so masculines, there's an invitation to meet themselves in the mystery, right? My coming to edge card here is that mystery card of who am I? Stepping into that self-discovery. Who am I at the edge of my where I thought I could go, what I thought I could do? How far can I stretch and still remain myself and still honor my boundaries, honor my internal parts, and not betray self or another. Okay, anything else for masculine, Spirit? Anything else for masculines? Okay, just to say it again, we have co-create in reverse, a change in the wind, and treasure island. So that which you seek, masculines, are on the other side of this. It's like a mini hero's journey. That's the way I'm reading it. It's, it's not one of these grand, big awakening cycles. This is just like a mini hero's journey within yourself. You don't have to go outside of yourself, outside of your home, outside of your community. You don't need to go get another degree or another certification or take another class. This is in the quiet of your own internal hearts. What is the thing, masculines, that is edgy for you? Is it emotional vulnerability? Is it actually speaking a vulnerable truth to someone that you've been avoiding for a very long time? Only you can excavate this, this tiny vulnerable quality that only you can identify, right? Okay. And then we have these pop out. Okay, so all that glitters, that's my discernment card. And then we have chaos and conflict in reverse. So, beautiful masculines. For me, this is you are finally, the veil has been lifted and you are finally able to identify that just because you may have been attracted to certain people, places, and things in the past doesn't mean that you are willing to step into those things if they bring you chaos and conflict, right? Your discernment is at an all-time high here, and this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it also makes sense that you're not taking action in the world, either giving or receiving, because you are in this kind of calm, quiet, interior space where you are accessing your wise discernment. And to do that, we have to be still and know, right? In order to access our intuition, we have to be still to know. Okay, in the unconscious, beautiful. This is exactly how I want this card. So in the unconscious position, this is what's being pushed into the shadows. Now, if it was in the upright, I would say, okay, masculines are going around in circles and avoiding taking accountability, but it's not. It's in the false shadow position, meaning masculines, you are finally pumping the brakes on your cyclical patterns of behavior or actions. Beautiful. That's exactly how we want that. Okay, where do we go next, Spirit? Where do we go next? I'm going to get some New Orleans card. I love this deck. Also, this just popped into my heart and I just got chills down my left arm. Take that or leave it. But I just wanted to say a little intention and a little prayer. I'm getting choked up now for the people in North Carolina that have been... It's so crazy for those of you that have been following me. I was literally right there where all the chaos is. And I missed the hurricane by like 2 or 3 days. And so, I don't know, it just hits a little closer to home. I was staying there at my friend's parents' home, and Just want to hold everyone who's struggling in our thoughts and prayers. And I ask that God hover over all these people and fill them with grace. With you, all things are possible. Okay. All right. Sorry, that was a little moment that just snuck up on me. Okay, Spirit, back to masculines. What do we got? What do masculines need to know for the highest and best good of self? What would help them further on this discernment path? Gratitude. Beautiful. Okay. I mean, self-explanatory. Oh, we're getting a lot of flippers. I always forget what this card means. It's a very specific word. I'll look it up. I think it means like gratitude for gifts. Hold on. Where's my book? It is a gift. Okay. Good intentions always pay off one way or another. You've pulled this card because although things in your life may not have panned out exactly as you had anticipated, your karmic reward will be quite pleasant and may surprise you. Sometimes the best gifts are the unexpected ones. If you continue to live your life led by positive and loving thoughts and actions, the peaceful and pleasant results may surprise you. Masculines, beautiful. Did you hear all that? If not, rewind it and listen again. But I will say it is in reverse. So, okay, there's a lesson here. What's in, okay. So I'm getting like 6 fun messages at a time. All right. So I'm trying to put this delicately, masculines. So in the past, let's just be true. Let's bring all the truth in the room. Let's bring all the vulnerability in the room. Let's just get it all in the room, because we know that we are divinely lovable and worthy of unconditional love, despite what we've been through, despite our actions, despite the ways we've faltered and fallen and failed miserably. We are still worthy of love. So really, there's nothing to risk, masculines, by bringing all the truth in the room. What are you risking? You are divinely lovable. You are unconditionally loved in this world. You are worthy of that unconditional love. So really, by bringing all of this truth in the room and all this vulnerability, there's no risk. And that's a journey of self, right? That's a journey from the mind down to the heart, down to the solar plexus, to have that enough self-love, enough self-confidence to know this is actually true. Like it's actually really true in 3D. Right? The wisdom of the realm of spirit is melting down through our bodies, out of our souls into the world through this unconditional knowing. Okay, so the lesson here, masculines, beautiful sacred masculines, in the past, you may have been walking a path where you maybe have been a little bit tit for tat. You maybe didn't want to take actions towards people, places, and things unless you were getting something in return. Listen, that could also be a trauma response. Like, I honor if you've been deeply taken advantage of in your life, if you're an empath or recovering people pleaser like myself, that's happened, right? And I had to learn boundaries, right? That's what we as healers have to do. We have to learn boundaries and it's funny that I'm stammering right now. Standing up for ourselves is what I'm trying to say. So here, this is the gift of that. If you do something just out of the kindness of your heart, out of that deep, deep, divine internal knowing, that you will reap the rewards that you can't even conceive of. And mind you, the realm of spirit might not have the same metric system for rewards as you do in the realm of matter. So be open to an unexpected gift. Be open to surrendering to the mystery. Okay, anything else for divine masculines here? Oh, yeah, okay. We have flow in reverse. I mean, I'm getting a couple messages off this. Masculines, you might not be as comfortable leaning on your inner feminine right now. You might, that's kind of one of your pillars of your journey, is to really create a safe environment for your inner feminine's wisdom and power and vulnerability and magnetism to feel safe to come out. So there's something, oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. So we have growth and power. Hold on, I have like a lump in my throat. That's really interesting. Um, hmm. For some masculines here, they've walked a long and hard path with very with a lot of wow. Sorry, I'm just feeling it before I say it, and it's like immediately got a headache. I felt pressure behind my third eye and in my chest. For a lot of masculines here listening, many of you have dealt with very shadowy, powerful, wounded feminine energy. And because of that, it has caused a lot of wounds in you, and you've had to counteract all of that pain. You've had to counterbalance all of that wounded nature with your own wounded nature. And so, right, hurt people, you've heard that. Traumatized people, traumatize people. It's the same kind of energy that's coming out. So you're being called to step out of the cycle, step into the role of the divine witness, lean back into your back body, right? Like really claim the seat of your soul, find the strength of your power. If you saw me right now, I'm almost in warrior position. My feet are very far apart, like more than shoulder width apart, and I'm kind of bending my knees. I am the most solid position that I can ever be in an upright power position, right? And so masculines, you're being called to find your footing in this flavor of chaos. To find your power, to step out of the cycle, to say no more. I'm not going to continue this cycle. I'm not going to feed the trauma, the abuse. I'm not going to feed this person's ego. And by doing that, you step into profound growth, right? And then that also feeds your beautiful karma loop, right? By pausing, by understanding that you have enough power to wait for something better, to call your spirit back from places it doesn't belong, to figure out exactly what you want and say no to everything that's not that. Masculines, that is not an easy thing to do. And I'm going to say it again. You are worthy enough to figure out what you want and say no to everything that's not that. That requires self-love, a radical amount of self-love. That requires a little tenacity. That requires a profound amount of patience and grace. How do we survive these moments? Well, we call upon gratitude, right? We have a party in our hearts with gratitude. Being grateful for the most micro of moments. Do you have food, water, and shelter? Well, you are better off than many people on this planet. Do you have clothes on your back? Do you have people that love you and care about you? If you went off the grid, would people, would someone worry about you? If you have that in your life, you are profoundly wealthy. Yeah, and then I just looked in the unconscious, we have companionship in reverse. Again, this isn't a false shadow position. So when I have a reversal in the unconscious position, I call that a false shadow, meaning masculines, what you thought would bring you fill in the blank, love, riches, wealth, abundance, peace, harmony, balance. What you thought you wanted is not the thing, right? Maybe you're discovering that now. Maybe that's why you're kind of sinking into this internal quiet mode where you're trying to access discernment, because all of a sudden you are doing the things you always wanted to be doing with the people you wanted to do them with, and it's not maybe as fulfilling or rewarding as you previously thought it would be. So right now, again, it's not an accident. These cards are together, the come to the edge and this companionship in reverse. Again, you are being called to surrender to the mystery. True power is not having any power, right? One of Carolyn Mace's famous quotes is, those with the greatest will have no will, right? Have no will, have no intention. Just hold your vessel open to surrender to the mystery, to surrender to love, to holding your center for love in the center of this flavor of chaos. Have no intention, have no expectation, remain completely detached which I know is a whole spiritual path in and of itself, but that's what we're doing here. We're calling our spirit back from all of these attachments that we've created over our lives of what we thought we wanted, what we thought our lives were supposed to look like. And by doing that, by calling our spirit back, by calling all these cords back that we've invested in all these perceptions, right, which are illusions, right? Perceptions are faulty. They're just based off of a wobbly set of information that is only that's been filtered through our lens, but our lenses are faulty, right? Because our perceptions are fueled by our experiences, our pain, our trauma, our family of origin, the hard drive that our family of origin implanted in us. They're faulty. They're not concrete. So masculines, you're being called again to come to the edge of self and let that ego just blow away in the wind. Know that you are loved. Know that you don't have to figure it out and be in control to access power. Did you hear what I just said? That's a really big distinction. You don't have to control everything to be in power. In fact, that's actually making your foundation more wobbly, because the only true thing we can rely on in this life is that we cannot control anything, that everything is out of our control. And by being able to, I just realized this, and you guys know who watch me, you know how much I talk about throne energy, right? I realized this woman is sitting on her throne. She has two caduceus on her throne, and she also has a beautiful snake around her neck, right? What is this? This is power. This is gnosis. This is wisdom. The caduceus symbolizes kundalini, inner feminine, inner masculine, weaving together to activate our third eye, our pineal gland, so that we can become appropriate vessels, appropriate antennas for this universal intelligence to move through us, through our bodies, and out into the world. Whoa, that was a mouthful. Let me, my throat's like closing up. I don't have water. It's fine. I'll just survive. Where do we want to go? That was a lot. Is there anything else, Spirit? Is there anything else? Let's get some of these ancestors cards if I could find them. I took half my cards. No, that's a lie. I took like 4 decks out of my 50 decks to North Carolina. And this was one of them. And it's funny because I never really felt called to this deck until recently. And my friend loves this deck. So it kind of, my friend and my cousin. And I said, okay, I'll give it a chance. And it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I always tell people that decks, if you're getting any, decks are like people. It takes a while to develop a relationship or a friendship with them. And then on top of that, once you find kind of trust in the friendship, then it takes a little bit to develop your own language. You know how some best friends have their own language with each other, and it's so fun to watch people who really know each other, or even partners or spouses. They almost have like a shorthand for their love language. It's really sweet. Okay, same thing goes for decks. Okay, masculines. Anything else for masculines? What else do masculines need to know? What would support them in detaching from all of this false power? What would support them, Spirit? What do they need to know? What are they confronting? Let's see. We have trust and thrive in reverse. Yeah, okay. I mean, we're starting to get repeating messages. It's okay, masculines, if you are in this place where you're not as trusting as you have been in the past. It's okay. It's okay. And it's a wise move for you, because if you are attempting, okay, let me say it like this. If you've recognized that you can't access aligned discernment, then you know that your connection to your intuition is off. It makes sense when you're not firing on all cylinders not to drive your vehicle, right? When something's wrong, maybe don't take that road trip if you know your vehicle, isn't the most safest as it can be right now. Okay, and then we also have be graceful in movement and actions. It's in reverse. Yeah, so masculines, you might be worried right now that because you're in flux, you might be worried that you're too wonky or clunky right now to try to attempt to step towards aligned things that you desire. Let me finish this really quick. We have drum, dream, and journey, and then we also have seer, see beyond the current situation. Okay, perfect. That's the missing message I was looking for. Okay, masculines, you may feel as though you are too clunky and wobbly to take an aligned step towards your heart's deepest knowing, towards your heart's deepest desires, but you have all of the abilities. Look at this beautiful veiled woman. It's a seer card. You have all of the ability to see beyond the current situation and access your dreams and the aligned journey. So it's like, what's that phrase of like, do it scared? Like do it scared, do it poor, do it, it's like, don't wait until you feel like a master to take a step towards your heart's truth. Don't wait that long. Do it now, do it scared, do it wobbly, do it wonky. You got this, masculine. You have so much, you've come so far on this path. The mere fact that you're asking these powerful questions of like, hey, wait a minute, I don't want to co-create out in the world. I don't want to build things when I don't feel 100%. This isn't right. My alignment is off. It's like your GPS is off. So why would you start on a journey if you know that? So you're doing the appropriate thing by hanging back and leaning back into your heart's deepest truth and asking powerful questions, right? That's what we do on the spiritual path. We ask powerful questions. And then when we get a powerful answer, all that does is help us ask a better question, right? That's the true test of somewhat of a seeker, right? Are you just satisfied and then you're done? Or does it I just got full body chills and goosebumps when I said that, okay. Anything else for masculines? This is a really lovely reading. It's very clear. It's very calm. There's not a lot of drama in it. Okay. We got Unleash the Wild Within, She-Wolf in reverse. Yeah. Okay. Another message coming up, masculines, is that, and it's funny, this came up for a friend of mine. I did a personal reading for my best friend, and the message for him is the same exact message for today. So clearly this is a collective masculine thing. Masculines, when you feel like you do not have all your faculties to make a choice or to access this discernment, it's mainly because you're missing your internal feminine, right? That's a whole nother half of who you are, of the qualities you have, of the traits, of the skills that you have at your disposal. You're being called to unleash this wild feminine power within. Allow that to fuel your intuition, your discernment, your love, your desires. Allow her fears and boundaries and gnosis to come forward. They are meant to fuel your journey. And remember, you are not other than your internal feminine. When you can master your internal feminine relationship and really welcome every part of her as your own and embrace that vulnerability, embrace that magnetism, that sensuality, that sexuality, that, did I say magnetism? I think I did. That primal, primitive, inner feminine, then you will be more equipped to confront external feminine energy, either in your intimate partnerships, your friendships, your working relationships. It's all there. I'm laughing because in the unconscious, we have lady, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. Yeah, it's very clear, masculines, where you're at and what's being confronted right now. Okay, let's should we get some self-care cards? I feel like we should. Let's get some of these. Okay, I haven't used these in a while, but with all this feminine energy, I feel like we need some, rest, recuperation, recovery. Okay, what would support masculines in knowing right now, Spirit? We have self. It says, if beating yourself up worked, you'd be thin, rich, and happy. Try loving yourself instead. Yeah, are you being overly critical, masculines? We have, oh, yes, we have sovereign. This is one of my favorite words. You are the queen of your life. Treat yourself like royalty. I mean, that's kind of in alignment when I was talking about this power card, right? Look at this. I mean, this woman is the sovereign of her kingdom. What is your kingdom? What is your royal family? What is in your reach? Masculines, you maybe have heard me say this before, but one of the secrets of feminine energy is that feminine reigns from her throne. She doesn't have to get up and tell people what to do. She doesn't have to go fight the battles herself. She sits on her throne. She has access to her self-love, her inner knowing, her wisdom, and she directs people. She delegates all of this power into different areas. And because of her strong knowing, people follow. People respect her as the sovereign because she doesn't have to leave her throne. She doesn't have to yell. She doesn't have to scream. She doesn't have to have people beheaded if something goes wrong. She just adjusts course, accesses her intuition and discernment, and makes a new course, right? Takes a new action. So this is another message, masculines, that you always have access to your free will, that nothing is set in stone, that you are always free to make a new choice at any given time. Oh my God, look at what's in the unconscious. Like, I can't make this stuff up. You have choice in the unconscious. What does it say? Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. This is beautiful bookend of this reading because I started the reading saying this, right? The only thing we can know for sure is that we can't be in control of everything, right? So it's not about trying to control everything to feel safe. It's about investing in yourself, knowing that no matter what comes up, that you will be able to access your wisdom, your discernment, and make a new choice when you get the hit to do so. Beautiful, beautiful reading, masculines. You know what? Let's get a divine masculine Buddha wisdom, because I haven't gotten one of these in a while. Anything up to close, Spirit? Anything up to close? Any wisdom you want to share with the masculines in this precise moment after this really beautiful, clear reading? Okay. We have guard your mind with vigilance. Nurture the positive and remove the negative. Your mind will find peace. Again, I just love how Oracle works. This is so in alignment with what we've been talking about here, masculines, right? You're in a season, let's just call it a season of discernment, right? You are learning what is alignment, what is not. How do I sit back in my throne and delegate these decisions to my physical vessel, right? Because you are a soul and a psyche working out all of these experiences and sifting through your perceptions and finding your truth, right? You are an excavator of truth. So guard your mind with vigilance, nurture the positive, remove the negative, use that discernment, wield your free will in a way that allows your body, mind, spirit to access peace. Beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm so happy to be back in action doing readings. I'm so sorry again. It was so long. I'm sending you all so much love and support on this journey. See you in the next one.